Tonight we are talking all about 3 reasons why your body still feels tight, even though you do yoga. Why is that? Isn't yoga supposed to make the body feel wonderful, feel amazing? So we'll rip straight into it. So yoga it's really ultimately all about union. However, not everyone's experiencing it. Why is that? And so I ask these questions: what's happening beneath the surface in a yoga practice that actually is causing people harm, not that kind of inner peace that maybe they're striving for? So the next challenge that I observe is as to why your body still feels tight even though you do yoga is too deep, too quick. Now, it's very common in yoga poses and all that sort of thing. Hey gal, how you going? Is that we look for, you see it all the time where people are striving for big moves, big positions, and let's say you've got someone who's quite advanced who you're inspired by and you want to do what they do. It's, you know, I call it sometimes Instagram yoga, where it's really about what we can do on the outside rather than notice what's actually going on inside the body. So let's just say you see that pose, maybe you're told or you think that, okay, that pose is good for this, and you go to push into it. And then the body starts to, we come back to this situation like we established before, where it's just too much. It's too much too soon, and the body actually goes onto alert mode and goes into fight or flight type mode, and it can't relax. And really kind of, if you're in that stage, it's very hard to break out of it, I notice. So one thing that I find when working with yoga teachers, yoga practitioners, and all of that sort of thing, when looking at any yoga pose, no matter how big or small, we need to start to look at developing relaxation and connection before progression. So think of the most basic position in yoga, and that would be standing. Yeah, I think if you look back to ancient texts, it was called Kaiotsak, and I might not have the pronunciation correct. However, that was a practice. Hey Sandy, how you going? That was a practice revolved around standing, and that, what I've noticed, is really one of the foundational yoga positions. So I'd like you to ask yourself this question: are you able to stand without tension accumulating and building up in your body? If not, what do you think will happen if you make that position deeper? If you go into any of your asanas or anything like that, and you're not able to relax in that very neutral posture of standing, then everything else will become magnified. So start developing relaxation there, and then start to build that into the deeper postures.